Hey guys, welcome back to Destiny 2. Today I thought it'd be fun to do a live commentary video just discussing the endgame at the moment here in the final shape. We're going to be going into the expert mode with a healing build of the breach executable, the seasonal activity, the episode 1 activity. Now obviously the final shape has landed and everyone's pretty positive on it, and I agree too. It's a great expansion. Probably one of the best ones Bungie has done. Certainly up there with, the Taken King and Forsaken. I think in terms of the game systems right now, things are better than they probably were in Forsaken. Taken King is a whole different beast because that was Destiny 1 way back in the day. But right now, in terms of weapons and armor and subclasses and stuff, obviously subclasses have come a long way. That's where I think Bungie has focused the most this time around, or over the last, I'd say over the last 3 or 4 expansions, it's really been the biggest focus has been subclasses. Since Beyond Light, we've had Stasis, we've had Strand, we've had the 3.0 subclasses for all the other elements. That's really been a focus now. Obviously, Witch Queen, we had weapon crafting, so... Weapon crafting, I don't know, I think it landed kind of a little flat for me when it first came out. It was nice to have a new system, but at the end of the day, I feel like kind of a little, I don't know, it's just like you're going for more rolls on on the gear, which is great and all, but we've got a straggler over here. Whoops, I totally missed him. Yeah, let's go for some of these caps over here. So the weapons have come along the way. We've got the origin traits now. We've also got enhanceable perks. We've got the adept weapons. So there's a lot sort of going on there at any given point. Oh, we went down. We stayed in there too long. So weapons have come a long way. You can stick a mod on there as well. With that being said, I still feel like the weapon system still feels like pretty samey. We've had these similar things where weapons will roll with, 2 main perks, a barrel, and a scope. That's how it's been for a long time. That hasn't really changed all that much. I'm just wildly hip firing these guys for restoration. Oh man. Alright, we've got those guys. Alright. Run a live comm at the same time. I still feel like the weapon system, it still feels pretty similar. I think there's a missed opportunity with the masterworking, where masterworking an item doesn't really do anything on weapons. Like, we get tiny little stat boost. They've taken the siphon mods away from the masterworking on the weapons, and that's on the helmets now. So what does masterworking a weapon really do for you? Tiny bit of extra stat points, plus a nice golden border, I guess. Instead, we have the crafting system, right? And I think the idea of leveling up your weapon to level 20 or whatever, leveling up your weapons in general, I think is a good idea. I just think the implementation here is kind of... it's not really that interesting at the end of the day. And now you can just bypass it with materials, which is like Bungie introducing a system and then introducing a way for us just to bypass the system. And it just feels kind of weird to me. Why have a level up system if we can just sort of bypass it? That was sort of one of the things that I thought was always weird about the Taken King.
Show me what that one does.
Is it's like you introduce the system where we can just bypass leveling the weapons and armor up. I understand the people who didn't like the perks not being unlocked straight away. I can understand that. But leveling up the item through endgame materials for more attack damage and stuff like that, I thought was a good sort of baseline place to start back in Destiny 1. But they kind of abandoned that idea. They sort of brought it back a little bit with the weapon crafting, but they haven't really committed to it either. Having enhanced perks, you know, is nice. That's a nice bonus. God, they don't really do that much overall. Some of the enhanced perks are really nice. Do we have any radiolaria? Have I gone on ahead too quickly? We have the smashy thing. Let's smash it, huh?
Harvesting radiolaria incubator.
Alright. This one there, he's got that. And something over here.
Hey, Cat. Fallen bombs ahead, and they're modified with Shadow Legion tech. Let's cut their wires. Please accept this gift and mold some mechs with it.
Right. Where were we? In terms of legendary weapons, my issue is the improvements that have been made over time to the system are just like so incremental and kind of don't feel all that meaningful when it takes you, you know, several years to sort of update a system. And just for me, the weapon crafting just doesn't really quite land where it needs to. Oh, we don't have it charged yet. Yeah. Leveling up a weapon, bypassing the level up system, having enhanced perks, and now you can just enhance the perks anyway. It's like, okay. Find the way that we engage with the drop. It's been the same for a long time. It's been, you know, 2 main perks, barrel and a sight. And now we have the origin trait as well, which I guess is nice, but in terms of armor, I think armor's really, really boring in this game. Legendary armor anyway. Exotic armor is obviously, you know, more interesting by nature of what it is. Alright, that was probably a waste of a super. Oh well. That's alright. But I find legendary armor especially, man, it's been the same for so long. Just rolls with 6 stats and empty mod slots, and that's sort of all it is. Just find it to be, you know, uninteresting, and in my opinion, that's sort of the biggest problem with the end game right now is both legendary weapons and armor. When they drop, they're just not, they don't feel new and fresh and exciting in any real meaningful way. They just feel like small variations of the stuff we've had for years in the game. they're trying here with with the exotic class item, which is really cool. Really cool idea. Takes some more interesting exotic level perks. Let them roll in combo. I do think that is more interesting than legendary armor for sure. I just think it's been the same for so long, and I think masterworking is really is a place that they can focus their attention on for, you know, future updates, because I think if you're not going to have a fundamental change or upgrade to the loot system, I think we need a more interesting means of actually, you know, investing into our weapons and armor. Like, it should matter more, should feel more meaningful. I shouldn't be able to bypass it through just random currency dumping. Oh, wow. Got annihilated by something there. Was it the wall? I didn't see it. I don't feel like we should be able to just bypass progression with currency. I feel like that's kind of weird to me. Oh wow, we've got another wall coming. This is going to be... Oh, we got around it. Oh. Unlucky dude. I might die here anyway. Alright, this is a mess. This boss with the with the walls is kind of nuts. No, we don't really care about the Alright, where is see if we can get this guy up. Okay, he's over here. Could go in with the super. Yes, you can. And just go in for the DPS here. There we go, we did die. Die there. At one point, but you know, we made it through. So just a generally a discussion about gear. I didn't really go too much into sort of the activities and stuff, as I think the activities are fine. Like, there's never been a problem with the activities in Destiny 2, in my opinion. Like, some seasonal activities have been more interesting than others over the years, for sure, but I've never really found the sort of endgame activities to be an issue. It's always been incentivization and loot and investment that's felt kind of like it's just running short a little bit still, where it really needs to be for the game to really, I don't know, like I feel like there should just be something more interesting to do with our armor here. I just incrementally upgrade the power level, you know what I mean? I think I was wearing this one before anyway. Once you've got a bunch of armor pieces maxed out, there's just no reason to really invest anymore in the gear. And the problem is, it's been like this for a long time. If this was a newer system, I wouldn't complain, but it's been like this for such a long time. Weapons. As you can see, I do have 3 crafted weapons on here, so I am taking advantage of the crafting system. So I'm not saying it's like complete trash or anything like that. I just don't find it to be super compelling as an endgame system. Triple tap, kill clip. Get rid of this thing. Just don't find it to be, super compelling as an end game sort of loop. But I think ultimately ultimately comes down to just familiarity with the systems, and like we've been here, we've been here for so long with some of these systems that they just feel stale now. They're not necessarily fundamentally bad, but since we've had them for so long, it feels like it's just they've outworn their welcome. Like I think the way weapons drop with kind of having two main perks, sort of like your magazine and your barrel, and then you have your, you have your infusion, you have your little mod slot here, which I still only have basic weapon mods, which I don't know, another area where they could expand on. Yeah, I can just bypass the leveling system altogether, which I still think is kind of crazy. And here we have the memento, which I don't really use. Like weapons just haven't changed much. Armor is the same. Just rolls with your empty mod slots here. You max it out and then you're sort of done. Anyway, I think Destiny's probably in one of the best places it's ever been. So this is not meant to be like a overly critical. I end up being kind of a critical take on the gear, but anyway, still like Destiny. Um, Let me know how you guys are feeling about the gear in this game. If you think I'm crazy, if you think I'm on point. I think it's just more of like a long-term player sort of thing. After a while, just there's no reason to invest into more new stuff. Like I've invested into these this season, and that's sort of been, I've tried out some prismatic builds. That's been fun. I just don't really feel the desire to really chase a bunch of new rolls on the new weapons, and I've got already good rolls on a bunch of my armor. So anyway, that's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you have an amazing, fantastic day. Consider hitting like and subscribe. Thank you very much.